Now we're going to connect 3 neurons together to build a system that tells us whether or not somebody is an NBA player based on their weight and height. 1, we're going to first initialize our neurons. 2, we are then going to test out our neurons to see how they behave before we train them. 3, we are then going to train them or run backpropagation on them using our data. And then finally, 4, we're going to test them again to see if they are better matching our data. Notice how we're now leveraging several PyTorch modules for building this collection of 3 neurons. When you start connecting artificial neurons in different combinations, you get what is called a neural network. Here is our NBA player detector neural network specified using the PyTorch API. And you can see here that we're initializing all of the parameters of this neural network to have values of 0. Now that we've initialized this neural network, let's test it out before we train it. I'm going to speed this part up so we don't waste time, and then we'll review the results. Here you can see, regardless of the individual's data that's being passed through the neural network is outputting a value of 0.5, meaning it's always telling us this person is an NBA player. Now let's train our neural network on some data and afterwards retest these individuals to see what it's saying. Here is the weight and height data of the individuals we are going to use for training. I'm pretty sure you recognize some of these names. Here are the labels that tell us whether or not each individual is an NBA player. Let's now train our neural network on this data. You can see that as backpropagation progresses, or as training progresses, our cost is coming down. Let's now run those same individuals from before through our network and see what the neural network is saying about whether or not they are an NBA player. Here are the results of testing the same individuals from before on our neural network after it's been trained. The results are still quite bad, but you can see we have improved. We're up from 50% accuracy to 60% accuracy. You can see the non-NBA individuals are now being correctly labeled. And of the NBA players, you see that the only one whose weight and height strongly indicate them to be an NBA player would be Kevin Garnett.